Hey, how's it going? So today we're going to try out a new tool from Perplexity called Comet. Comet is an agentic browser. I got an invite to this. I think it was it. This has been out for a few weeks now, but I got an invite to this, and looking at this website, it's not super clear what it is. It's kind of a beautiful looking site, but a lot of scrolling and animation, which I actually don't really like sites like this. I prefer ones that are a little easier where you just see what it does. But I took a look at it earlier, and I'm just going to run you through what it looks like. Basically, the invite I got looked like this. You claim your invite. They give you this cool NFT, which I thought was cool, and then it goes and downloads Comet. I've used a browsing agent called GenSpark before, which is somewhat similar to this. But yeah, if we read through this, it says, the web should work for you. Curiosity is a superpower. Simplify everything and solve anything. So essentially, it's like an agent that can run your web browser. And it makes sense if you think about it that, you want to do a lot of things on the web, and certain things like reservations or certain tasks require an agent to do that. And instead of just being an extension for Chrome, it makes more sense for there to just be a browser that does this. So I've used one in the past called GenSpark, which is similar. Although the difference with GenSpark is it works across multiple LLMs. So it's not just one LLM, but it can work with a bunch of them. And then I know ChatGPT agent just came out yesterday after Comet. And so I haven't checked that one out yet, but I do have access to it, and we will take a look at it another time. So anyway, let's get right into Comet. So I'll just launch Comet, and it wants to be the default browser. There's a little bit of onboarding where you basically just log in, but otherwise it's just a normal Chromium type browser, or I guess WebKit type browser. But what's different is it can access different things. Okay, so I'm logged in. I have two tabs open. Marriott, which is the hotel chain, and this sheet called River. So I'm trying to create two different examples of a use case, one being a personal one that you would do, and one being more of like a business related one that a startup might want to do. So let's start with the personal one. I've pre-written these scripts or these prompts out ahead of time to make it easier, but I'll just read it off to you. So it's basically saying like, hey, we're driving from San Diego, California to Austin, Texas. We leave on Friday, July 25th. We arrive July 27th, Sunday. We need hotels on the 25th and 26th, not in Austin. Traveling party, 2 adults, 3 kids, ages, and 1 small chihuahua. So the hotel must allow dogs. Important instructions: do not include children in the booking search. That's a Marriott thing. It's actually, they won't let you book a room with 3 kids, even though they have room for it. Instead, search for 2 adults only, blah, blah, blah. Do not actually book them, just get the options. We're already logged into Marriott in the browser, so you can access member-only deals and points balances. Must be Marriott-based, bookable on Marriott points, must allow dogs, should be near a major highway, close to a Tesla supercharger. We prefer to use points for bookings, properties with free breakfast preferred. What to return for each of the 2 nights, provide 2 hotel options that meet the criteria for each hotel, include hotel name and location. Confirm the dogs are allowed. Points required per night. Bed type, must have 2 beds. Proximity to the highway and EV charging, specifically supercharger or destination charging. Any other notable features? Routing notes, divide the drive into 2 roughly equal legs with optimal stopover cities for each night. So we're going to copy that in, bring it over to Comet, and plug it in. Now let's see what happens. So you'll see here, it begins the process, and interesting, it decided to use Python. I wonder why I would use Python. Oh, it's probably calculating distances. Interesting. Okay. And then it's doing some sort of web search. That's an interesting way of doing it instead of going directly through Marriott. So my question is, I was very clear that we had Marriott open. Okay, so it's gathering information. Okay, so now it's on Marriott. Huh. So it totally didn't do what I asked. Okay, so now I need to say, hey, it was in the, I didn't say hey, it was in the request to use points. You are allowed into Marriott. Please try to get the cost using price for the options you are providing. I thought it was explicitly clear. Okay, now it's actually on the site. That's what that says. So click the use points option. Okay, so it didn't do it in the first try. It's thinking. Yeah, so it's not as smart as a human yet. As you see, it's like didn't process the instructions super perfectly. The page is reset. I need to start over. Okay, well, while that runs, let's try the second one. It's working here, so I'll let it do its job. And here's the second one. So here's one. So I'm launching a new site called RoofBidder, roofbidder.com, which is not yet built. The core idea is homeowners enter their address. The site analyzes roof details. It generates their quote request to send to roofing companies. Right now, I'm focused on the supply side. Your task: to research and provide details on the top 10 roofing companies that serve the northern San Diego area. For each company, gather company name, company website, owner's full name, owner's email address, phone number, mailing address, company rank. And then prioritize roofing companies with the most visibility online, blah, blah, blah. Output: I already have a Google Sheet open called Roofer, which, as you probably saw, I did, and fill it out with this information. So let's see if it's smart enough to figure that out. So here we go. So meanwhile, while that works, let's see if it's still thinking. It's cool though. So I wonder if it can see the tab that's already opened. You would expect it would, since it's its own browser. It should be able to know which tabs are open. And I told it there's one. Oh crap! I said roofer and I roofter. Whoops, that's on me. Let me fix that. All right. Well, hopefully that still works. We'll see. So this one's still working. Investigating the contact info for Mark Anthony Construction and Roofing. I bet it's Mark Anthony. That's my prediction. We'll see. Okay. Please put them on the window sheet we have open. Heard the instruction. Per my last email. See, that's weird. See, it's not the browser has access to it. Maybe give it the link. Maybe that'll do it. See, now it can do it. So it's cool. It's cool. It's like not quite there yet. As you see it did read a Google Sheet. Now here it goes. It's working. And I didn't have to do the authentication thing. There we go. All right. That's a cool website. roofingsince1978.com. Has this guy found out which hotels yet? Still thinking. Now, in the defense of this agent, I just did this trip in the other direction, and it was actually quite difficult to find hotels that worked for this requirement. One of the nights we ended up sneaking the dog in. But, I would have hoped, given how expensive this whole search has been, that it would have already given us the results. Look at that. It doesn't have any of that information about this guy. I also find it interesting that it seems to already have the data here, or a lot of the data. It seems to be missing lots of information. So, I don't know. It's running now. I don't think... I will let it run, and maybe at the end I'll show you the final results. But I think this is a pretty clear request. This is the whole reason you would want a browser agent, is so it could do browser things. And clearly neither of these tests are doing it tremendously well. This is taking very, very long to fill out a spreadsheet, which obviously the connector that it had suggested here would probably have done that quicker and using the API, but it's instead going tab by tab through this and putting the information in itself. Meanwhile, this one is just struggling to find a hotel for me. And if you think about the usage of GPUs, how expensive is this? It's probably not worth it. And it's not, I don't even think it's on Marriott anymore. That does not look like Marriott to me. Or no, it is template suites. So anyway, we'll see. I'm going to give it another minute or so. If not, I'll have to come back and show you at the end how it did. But for now, this is how Comet works. I'm going to keep these prompts exactly the same, and I'm going to try it on GenSpark, and then I'm going to try it on ChatGPT agent, which I have access to now, to see who wins the booking a hotel task and who wins the gathering roofers task, because this is just like pulling teeth right now. So overall, interesting idea. I don't think it's there yet. Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. Did it find it? Marriott hotel options. Friday, Yuma, Arizona. That's a reasonable choice. 2 double beds. Allows dogs. I literally think this is where we stayed. And then Saturday, it gave me 2 options on Saturday. Dogs allowed. Pet friendly. Cool. So, all right. So at the end of the day, it did. It succeeded the hotel one. You saw how long that took. But anyway, I'm going to try the same thing using ChatGPT agent, and I'm going to try it also using GenSpark, which is kind of a little less well-known. But it took 15 minutes to do these 2 things, and, neither of them, or at least the roofer one is not done yet, but the hotel one did eventually finish. So I would give it like a B-. That would be my score right now on Comet. So we'll see. If there's something that you think I could do better that I didn't do right, let me know. Okay, I just wanted to follow up here. It says it's done. Filled out the sheet, but look out, mangled this thing. So basically, it somehow lost track of the column. So I just have this piece of crap to work with. So I don't know. Definitely, I would say sub-intern level quality of work thus far from Comet in terms of being able to do lead gen work for me. So anyway, thought it was worth following up. Thanks for watching.